In this video, I share with you 4 reasons why you will not achieve your goals in 2024. And I share this not to scare you, okay? I'm not trying to scare you, but I want to ensure that you're fully prepared so that at least you're able to implement those systems and avoid those traps that could make your goals dead on arrival. Your goals are not tied to a bigger purpose. A lot of times we set our goals in a vacuum without considering the broader context of our subjective journeys. We have a list of things that we want to achieve without even knowing why we want to achieve them in the first place. And studies have shown that if we do not have a clear understanding of where our goals sit in the broader picture of things, it will be almost impossible for us to sustain the drive that will help us get those things done. And this was proven in the candle problem experiment that was conducted by a psychologist called Carl Dunker in 1935. In these experiments, participants were provided with a candle, a box of matches, and a box of thumbtack. And they were told to attach the candle to the wall in a way where if the candle is lit, the wax does not drip onto the table. Now, these participants were divided into two groups. The first group were simply given the items and they were asked to solve the problem. Whilst with the second group, they were not only given the items and asked to solve the problem, they were also provided with the purpose behind carrying out that task, which was to test their problem solving skills. Now, interestingly, the results consistently showed that the group that were provided with the purpose behind carrying out the task tended to come up with creative solutions to the problem. They would see the box of matches, as a functional object that is like a platform that the candle could stand on, as opposed to just seeing the box as a container. Now, what this shows is when we set blanket and soulless goals that are not backed with a meaningful purpose, a purpose that substantially impels us to sustain the momentum of our action, we'll have a hard time, a really hard time getting these things done. And this single reason is mostly why I have been my healthiest self this year. In the past years, I will set goals for my fitness and my diet. And after the new year, new me wave, I am back to square zero. And I remember talking to my friend about my lack of discipline in this specific area. And she was like, no, Bukola, you don't lack discipline. Because when I zoom out and I look at several other areas of your life, I see a decent level of discipline. The reason you're not fulfilling on this specific goal is not because you lack discipline in that sense, but because you have not tied this goal to a bigger purpose that is meaningful to you. And I was like, okay, psychoanalyze me, okay? And then she went on to say that the body that you have is the only vehicle that you've been given to navigate this world. If this vehicle breaks down, you don't have any other spare. And that hit me. It really hit me. Until date, this has been the bigger purpose and the single thing that I have hung my drive and my desire to stay healthy. And it's worked so far. So look through the goals that you've outlined for the new year and right beside it, just right beside it, write down your purpose for carrying out that goal. And that purpose has to make sense to you. Not to me, not to your mom, not to your friends, not to the internet. It has to make sense to you. And once you've been able to do that, you'll be better able to achieve those goals. You have not addressed the small things. The reason you're probably failing on achieving your goals year on year is because you have not addressed those small or stubborn habits that have the capacity to strike down your goals before you even take any steps towards achieving them. Now, these habits are the daily things that you do that are ostensibly harmless, but when they compound, they become a tsunami of chaos. For instance, in isolation, snoozing our alarm bell in the morning when it rings seems to be harmless. I mean, who doesn't want to enjoy an extra 5 minutes of sleep? Which may then end up becoming an extra hour in bed, and then we wake up late, we have a rush morning with a sprinkle of headache, we're not fully present at meetings, and we are fatigued all through the day. And when this compounds over time, it has the ability and the capacity to impact us negatively. And it can also hinder us from achieving our big goal of getting a promotion that year. And all of this started with a snoozed alarm. In The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, the author emphasizes the significant impact of small daily habits over time. He talked about how seemingly insignificant actions, when practiced consistently, can lead to substantial and often surprising outcomes. So do the small things instead of perpetually procrastinating on them. And maybe when you get up in the morning, lay your bed too, or smile a little more. Be more present when you're talking to other people. Listen without interrupting, or reduce your mindless scrolling on the internet. Doing these little things have been proven to have a significant net positive effect towards helping you achieve your goals. So address them. You want quick results. We all want to hit the gym today and see our summer bodies tomorrow. I mean, who doesn't want that? This is why the market of quick results has been exponentially blowing up at an insane rate. It has now become common for us to see marketing materials that will promise fast action, next day solutions, and more. And what this is doing is that it is feeding off of our psychological desire as humans to want to see change happen almost immediately at the speed of light. And whilst we undeniably would love for things to happen overnight, most things like our goals will require us to go through a process of patience and actively working before we see an obvious manifestation of our results. James Clear, in his book Atomic Habits, called this period of patience the valley of disappointment. And I think this is such an accurate phrase because the level of disappointment that we have in this period is terribly unbearable. But it is in this period that we need to do the hard thing, which is to pull through and allow ourselves go through that process of little to no palpable evidence of achievements. Because when we're able to go through that process of consistently putting an effort into our goals, it ultimately compounds in a progressive way. So the best thing that I can say is that if you're going through that phase right now, you should stay the course. Don't be discouraged when you find yourself in the valley of disappointment, as long as you continue to take action towards the right direction on that specific thing that you are doing. It will soon manifest in an obvious way. When you start it, it might not show signs of growth or progression, but as you keep at it, you would see the compounding of what you've been doing. So stay the course. You have no systems. Our goals remain aspirations that will never manifest until we design systems and processes that makes it easier for us to achieve them. The way to look at it is to see our goals as the outcomes that we're looking to achieve. So maybe to get monetized on YouTube or to become an author. Those are goals. While systems are the processes and the structures that we can put in place to help us achieve these goals. In the grand scheme of things, your goals are the destination. But before you get there, you need the vehicle, the fuel, the Google map, and all of these other things to make it happen. So technically, the systems are even more important than the goals. In a study published in the European Journal of Social Psychology, researchers investigated the formation of exercise habits on participants. Now, what they found was those participants that had a design system, which could be in terms of a consistent time when they would go to the gym or even a specific location that they would normally exercise in, were more likely to stick to their exercise regimen than those who did not. Now, this clearly underscores the importance and the significance of designing systems to help with building healthy habits. In another study published on the Journal of Political Economy on financial behavior, the researchers found that implementing automated systems like an automatic saving transfer significantly increased the rate of savings. When we implement systems instead of relying on our willpower alone, it's easier for us to follow through on things. This is what I like to call reducing the friction. Reduce as much friction as possible between you and achieving your goals. This is a marketing genius. This is something that companies have been using over time to ensure that you spend more. And that's why there's a thing called buying online. There's a thing like an Amazon because the friction has been reduced so much so that you're able to spend your money without even thinking and considering whether you need that item or not. Why? There's a system that has been built to reduce the friction between you and spending your money. Apple Pay, same thing. So create ways and set up systems and processes that can help you reduce the friction between you and those goals that you're looking to achieve. So what are those systems that you have set up to achieve those goals that you've itemized? Do you have any systems yet? If not, you may need to start setting up systems that can help you in moving closer towards achieving your goals. They're very, very important. So there you have it. These are just some of the reasons why you may not achieve your goals in 2024. Audit your list to start seeing what you can implement from this video so that you can execute on the goals that you have itemized. Let me know which one you'll be immediately adopting in the comments section. If you've learned something from this video, remember to hit the like button. Enjoy the rest of your day and I'll catch you on my next one. Bye.